Welcome to the Burning Pallets podcast, sponsored by Texsource. Here's your host, Ryan Boland.
Hey guys, welcome to the Burning Pallets podcast, day 2 of the Long Beach Impressions Trade Show. Here with the M&R booth. Along to my side is Mike Coy. And we have a newbie here. She's new to introduce yourself, and then we'll see if you're new to the industry. Gotta get that out.
You got it. So I'm Lorena Sanchez. I am a new sales rep for Avient, and I'm completely new to the industry. It's exciting.
Welcome.
Are you sure you want to be in this industry?
Oh, absolutely.
What brought you to screen printing or the screen printing industry, and then how did you get to Avient? Like, what's that process?
So I'm actually in a program that Avient does called the LDP program, and that's basically where they take new college graduates and they train them in kind of whatever practice they're in. So like a finance, marketing, accounting, and I landed in commercial leadership for our specialty inks division. It wasn't anything that I went out and looked for. It kind of just found me, which I think is very common in this industry. I found it just kind of finds you.
It does. You said, what is it called? LD or
Leadership Development Program.
Okay.
LDP.
Interesting.
Yeah, we have one of those too at Texsource. It's get back there and work the warehouse for a month when you start. Everyone has to do it. I don't care if you're going to be president of the company. Ryan started. There was child labor laws were different back then, but Ryan
and that's legal, and I'm going to do the same thing with my kid.
Yeah. And in fact, next year we're bringing him on? Now that they have that little, the forklift, what's that?
So PMI, the Andrew PMI, his kid's 4 years old, but they have this little not remote control, those little doll cars or whatever.
Yeah.
But
what are those things called, Adam?
They have forklifts. It had a forklift one. Like car toys. I mean,
like the little Jeeps your kids can drive, and the Barbie cars. They have a forklift one that you're teaching your kids, like, hey, you're gonna do a forklift for the rest of your life.
Power Wheels.
She took Jay's spot.
Yeah. We stole her. Look. The Avient people come to like say like you took our girl.
When Max was here, you and some else I think were kind of trolling Max, and then when we had Tito or Jake here, there was some other guys over there messing with him. But
and Ryan slapped like a couple questions on Max. Max is like he's our. Like his podcast was all technical, and then Jake from State Farm. Jake. His was like more personable, and then Tito was more corporate and sustainability.
They were all really good though.
Yeah, they were good, but they were all different. But Max was the one that Ryan, like, I don't know if you're going to slap some questions on her like that, but he was like hands up, like I'm not answering these questions.
Anyways,
okay, sorry.
Go easy on me.
Back to that development. That's a pretty cool program that they do, and you are from Georgia?
Sort of. So I'm Mexican, so I am fluent in Spanish and English.
They did say bilingual. That's a good thing.
Yes. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Especially in this industry.
100%.
But I am currently based in Kennesaw. So Kennesaw, Georgia. It's about an hour northwest of Atlanta.
Yep.
Quite little town.
We've gone there a couple times to visit the plant. It's a nice facility. I mean, it's nice, clean. Their seminar area room is really nice and clean, but Kennesaw, I don't think there's much to do up there.
There's a really good brewery down there. If you're really into sours like I am, that's kind of what we do on the weekends.
That's his forte, right?
I did indulge in the hotel because I'm the designated driver for the show, but when we did make it back the first night, had some voodoo, but it was like a hazy IPA, kind of fruity. I get the whole sour thing. Like once you have the one, then it's going to be I've tried those in the past.
Sours are like the gateway to beer. It's kind of like when you drink the really bad liquor, and then as you grow older, you're like, this is terrible. I need something better. So one day I will grow to truly love stouts, I hope.
Yeah. The craft beer industry has taken off in the United States, and it's great because it's a small business thing. It's small batch and not so commercial. And so the local brewery, you're keeping that money, at a local level, which is a good thing.
And they all screen print.
Correct.
And when I was running a shop, I went after all the breweries because they would give me beer that I could take back to my artists who were craft beer snobs, right? So I was like, you got to give me like the good stuff, like the $10 a can, or like the special farmhouse, all these different. But anyway, they all do cool T-shirts, right?
Yes.
They do the like really cool art, and if you can afford a craft beer, then you got expendable cash, right? And so that lends itself to selling merch. So for all you screen printers out there, go to your local craft brewery place and print cool T-shirts for them, because they sell a lot.
Yeah.
And you'll be printing cool T-shirts and not so many Joe's Roofing Company. Sorry, Joe, but I keep using you in my thing. We like you, Joe. We need a roof, but nobody likes printing Joe's Roofing Company. But when you're printing some, cool brewery logo,
An artist. They're artists in their own form.
Yeah. It's a great thing.
So back to Avient. So you're in the training part of it now. You're learning the ins and outs of all the different inks. I mean, Avient has all of them. Wolflex, your Unions, Rutland, Print Top, Magna, Aquarius, ASI, which I feel like ASI is part of Aquarius, right? I mean, or is it its own separate specialty?
So it's its own thing, but they kind of come together. If you carry ASI, you probably carry Zodiac, is what I've learned.
Yes. And so all these different things that you're now thrown into to learn, how's that going? How is the training process? I know you're traveling with Max, the sales rep there, who knows everything about everything.
Yeah.
So you got a good mentor who's going to train you with all that, but how's that going?
So Max is my Jedi Master.
Yeah.
Love that man.
Yeah. So are you Luke Skywalker at this point? Or Princess Leia, sorry.
I could be Luke. I could be Luke. We don't discriminate.
Okay. Yeah, but he's Yoda, right? Or Obi?
Honestly, no, I'm not going to call him Yoda. He doesn't like it when I call him old.
Okay, so he can be Obi-Wan Kenobi then, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
I don't know any of these references because I don't do Star Wars. I don't watch it.
I just recently, in the last 5 years, watched the Star Wars stuff. So.
I am a Harry Potter guy.
He is a Harry Potter guy. You wouldn't guess that about him.
100%.
Didn't you have like some theme wedding?
No, Harry Potter themed baby shower.
Baby shower. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's adorable.
Yep.
Anyways, back to back to the training. Mm-hmm. It's gone really well. It is kind of like drinking from a fire hose, and it's intimidating to be around so many people that just have so much passion for what they do, and they do it so well. But it's also exciting because I have so many awesome people to learn from. So far I've learned how to color match, which it's not for the weak. Mm-mm. You have to be very patient. Is what I learned.
You got to know how to tweak the colors, know which pigment or which color to put in this to make it go this way, that way.
I did not know that there were green grays and red blues.
Yes.
Until I was doing it. But I have a lot of respect for them, especially back in Kennesaw. So if you buy Avient inks, you can get anything color matched through the IMS system. If it's not there, you reach out to AskSpecialtyInks@avient.com, and then there is a group of 3 fine gentlemen that work upstairs.
I've used that. Yeah, I've used that.
And the IMS software it's super easy to use.
Oh yeah, and super useful. You can reduce kind of your inventory. There's a feature for that, which I won't speak too much on because I'm not an expert on that.
But it helps. The IMS software, you can calculate your cost per quart, pint, gallon, 100 grams, 4,400 grams, whatever you're doing. Whatever
measurement you need, whatever Pantone you need, as long as it's there, it'll give it to you. Yep. But that was really cool, and those guys were really great. They really helped me out. They've got a really good eye for color. Then I went and worked in the apps lab where Scott Kelly taught me how to print. And there's also Brenda down there, who's the sweetest lady.
She's been there forever, right?
She has been there forever. She's the sweetest lady. She knows what she's doing. She is a printer by trade, and she never wants to do anything else.
She walks around with April, right? She has an apron on.
Like a
Yes.
smock, like
like a cooking apron.
Oh yeah.
And she's got her Southern twang.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's adorable, right?
He's never been to that facility and seen it, but what she's talking about is 100% on this lady.
Oh.
Yeah, that apron thing, that's that's an old school thing, like back screen printing. You don't see that much anymore, but it's coming back around. I know some printers that wear aprons now. I guess they're tired of ruining their clothes. I just always had my t-shirt printing t-shirts, right?
Yeah.
That you wouldn't worry about messing up.
Also, something I've learned is that I need to have a printing wardrobe and a normal people wardrobe because, my God.
Ryan just risk it. Like when we shoot our videos, he's going to come out. Didn't you?
I'm an expert.
I heard this. I hadn't asked you about it, Ryan, but during one of the classes, didn't like a customer ruin like some shoes or your pants or something?
So it was all me. We're mixing water-based Aquarius discharge to put the powder in, whatever. So I'm sitting there talking at the press, talking to all the students or the people who we're training. I'm sitting there just whipping it really fast, and I drop it because I'm sitting there stirring it so much, and I'm not paying attention, or I hit my arm or something. I don't have a lid on clearly, so I'm mixing it, and it was black. It wasn't black. It was another color because you don't discharge black. But I dropped it, and it just exploded. As soon as the bottom hit, it exploded straight up, covered my shoes, my pants. Everybody started laughing. So then Robin had to jump in and take over, and I had to leave, change, all kinds of stuff.
So you
I trashed it. I mean,
so you lost some money there. I just want to ask for the future. Like, is that something I can turn in and get a refund on?
I was not able to, so you're not allowed to either.
Workplace accident?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do like you. I risk it, but it seems like I need to not wear my good jeans.
So now you got to have a couple wardrobes, and while you're working there and when you're training, because to be better at what you do, you got to know how the inks work, print, that sort of thing.
Exactly. Which is really cool because I think that if I'd just been thrown into it, I would not have had so much respect for what you guys do. But yeah, I think it's screen printing couture, really.
Yeah.
Love that. And I'm about to go work in production. So I'll be out in the plant.
Are you going to be at the Avient plant, or are they going to put you in like a customer's production shop?
So I'll be out in our plant.
Okay.
Packaging inks, shipping inks, that kind of stuff.
Okay. I thought you meant like printing production. But
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. But I think in the future I'll be doing a lot more customer visits, and Max will be mentoring me. Yeah. The future is kind of, it's up in the air. I'm kind of the guinea pig, but it's going well. It's going well. I really appreciate everyone who's helped me out and how our leadership team has built this up for me. So you have like a marketing background too. So how does that kind of swivel into the sales side, because they're different creatures, but kind of Siamese twins at the same time? Yeah. So I think when you go into marketing, it's kind of the psychology of selling things to people. And at least for me, when I was going through my marketing education, I was also in sales club for a little bit. So I kind of learned how to sell and do value-based selling, and learning about, you build a solution for your customer, and you build a relationship with them. So that's kind of the linkage, is the psychology and the relationship building.
Jake answered that question pretty well when he was explaining the difference, or you asked it, I don't know who asked it, but the difference between marketing and sales. Yeah,
that's a big thing, like where a lot of companies have a disconnect between marketing and sales. They don't, salespeople are trying to do marketing things, and marketing people are doing sales, and the two need to be like separate, but in tune with each other. Because like you said, the sales is more about the relationship. Marketing is like finding an audience and understanding the need and the pain points.
Yes.
Because that's all sales is you're selling to people's pain points. You're problem solving. Exactly. It's a very interesting thing when you get in this, that part of the business, promotion and all of that.
So go ahead.
Oh, no. I like to think of marketing and sales kind of like your eyebrows. They should never be twins. They should be sisters. So similar, but not the same. Yeah,
that's why, I threw in the Siamese twins. They're kind of hooked together, but that'd be more like a unibrow then,
I've not heard that one
with
reference before. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Huh. Anyways, what's next on the list with? I haven't. I mean, what's next on the list with the Avient with you? I know traveling is on the list somewhere, but anything new?
Yeah, so I am really excited to go out and actually see customers and build relationships with the distributors that I've been assigned to. So I'm super excited about that part. On the product side, I'm very excited about this WillFlex Revive product we have coming out.
I saw the t-shirts last night at that mixer.
Is that what that was about?
Well, it's also Revive, but is that the bioplastisol?
Yes, it's a bioplastisol. It's bio-derived.
So it's a WillFlex.
What's it? Green is the new white or something?
Green is the new white. And how green is your white?
How green is your white? Yeah, that was too heavy for me after like 10 podcasts.
Where are we leading this into again? Is sustainability?
Yeah, sustainability.
Yeah, see that's the key word. We're in California, Ryan. We gotta.
I need to embrace it.
Yeah. This is Gavin Newsom country here. We gotta we have to embrace the.
Do I have to take it back to East Coast?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll be back, in our, neck of the woods soon. But
so it's a WillFlex brand bioplastisol. So Jake or Tito explained it to us. I don't know which one. Give us your take on it from your standpoint versus theirs.
Okay, so my take on it, bless Beth Kerfies, who has kind of given me the 411 on this product. But I'm excited about it because it is from bio-derived materials. So over 50% is from sustainable materials, renewable energy sources.
Okay.
I mean, there's just something really cool about that.
Yeah.
There's nothing on there's nothing on the market like it. Everything else is a smaller percentage, like something that's not even, it's nowhere near as significant as 50%.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So you basically just redid the formula with the renewable resources.
Is it renewable or sustainable? Or what? Or is that the same thing? I don't know.
My understanding, to be renewable means that you're not using sources that can be depleted. So like think fossil fuels. And when you use renewable resources, you are being sustainable. Because you are doing a practice that can sustain a long time. There's not going to be a time where you're like, we've run out of raw materials. We've depleted.
We've mined all the gold up, and now we're screwed. We can't make that shiny metallic gold anymore.
Did you hear Elon's going to the moon to mine gold and stuff?
Yeah.
So we're never out of it.
Yeah, or he's going to capture some asteroid that's got ungodly amount of that. We've seen it in the movie, so it's going to happen, sooner or later. But are you hoping that this project and this renewable source that's going to filter down to the story that the printers weave into their, make it part of their story that they sell to their customers, whether it be brands like Adidas, we're using this sustainable, and then because it seems like it goes from this top-down thing where the big companies adapt, and then it slowly gets down to, I have to admit there probably 2% of customers ever ask me about our materials. And if they said, are these inks here, are they, made like safely and environmental friendly? And I'm like, well, I know the red comes from baby seal gizzards, but I don't know if that's a bad thing. No, truthfully, the bigger brands sort of drive that, it seems like.
I think it's a part of corporate social responsibility, kind of like the big players have to lead the way. But I also find that, sometimes people don't even know what sustainability means for them and their brand and their shop. So I think my hope for this is that as a younger generation, the responsibility is on us to...
Yeah, because we failed you.
No.
Yes, we did. We did.
Then I'm over here just like...
I'm still stirring lead in the ink, just because it makes it really opaque. So, yeah, I failed you. I failed your whole generation.
But talk about on that standpoint, screen printers are all wanting to be... They're doing the work every day. They're in the screen rooms. They're inhaling this crap and not whatever. So they want to be healthier on their side, which in turns to the manufacturers to be more sustainable. Just a domino effect.
Yeah, I mean, it's important. And you guys didn't ruin anything for us. You were building an industry.
Yeah.
Whenever
Don't let 'em off easy.
whenever there's developing technologies, you do what you have to do to keep continuing. But then you get to a point where you're like, okay, this is good, and now we can fine point and we can see the wider global issues that are going on and see how we can contribute.
Yeah. That's nice that's part of the agenda, for sure.
I guess I will start recycling. If after California, I'm going to go.
Brian, we know you cut the little 6-pack tabs so that they don't choke turtles and fish and stuff. Like, we know you do your part.
That's the only thing I do.
I know.
I don't think it's more recycling, it's more reusing. Because there's a lot of recycling.
There's a difference, yeah.
Yeah. I think recycling technologies need to improve more because a lot of the stuff that gets recycled, like your bottles and stuff like that, aren't really being sorted all the way. I think it's a smaller percentage that actually gets recycled. It's not 100%. So the tip is to reuse.
Well, I tried that since I've been in California. I actually tried using that paper straw that we got at In-N-Out Burger.
Yep.
And that thing was like a soggy noodle. I couldn't get anything through. And I'm like, okay, well, I tried, but a plastic straw, that would have been there for me. I mean, you can use that. I have old plastic straws in my kitchen, like where the forks are.
Yeah.
And you like hold it up and run water through it to clean it. Yeah, so I'm reusing here. But paper, not so much.
Hey, at least you're reusing. You're not killing turtles. You know what straws are really cool? They're made of some kind of like sugar and agave. And so they won't melt into soup in your drink.
The paper straws.
No, not paper straws.
So
the paper straws will melt, but there's another kind of straw that I've seen only a few times at like really fancy bars. They're sugar and agave, and it's kind of like a plastic straw, but not.
So do you end up eating it, or it makes part of your drink? It just melts down in there?
No.
So why is it made with things that sound edible? I can't say that. It's too early. I need caffeine.
I was just really impressed with the fact that it wasn't plastic and that it was not melting in my drink.
Okay. I got you.
I couldn't give you the details. I'm not an expert.
She's an expert in Avient, not straws.
I'm an expert in training.
Expert, yeah, there you go.
Expert in training.
And we all have to tell you, because we've been around a lot longer than you in this industry, you're stuck here for life. I mean, very few people escape. I never run into I used to be in the industry years ago. No, you're still in it, or you've died.
It does draw people. I mean, once you get into it, you don't get out. It seems like the effect.
And T-shirts are cool. They were cool in high school when I caught the bug, and they're still cool. I'm even as a screen printer, I was buying T-shirts. If I don't show back home in North Carolina with some LA shirt or zipper jacket for my wife, she's going to be tore up about it. I mean, she wants, and she's not going to let me get away with just bringing her M&R shirts. I pulled that at the Atlanta show, and she's like, "This is all show-free stuff. I want some retail stuff." We love this. T-shirts are cool, right?
So hit her with one of those questions. I think she'll be good with
really?
it. Yeah,
really?
I think she's good.
Oh, I was going to, give her a,
I'd be afraid.
Let me find a good one.
Other people are not doing too well with it.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like you'll be good.
Are we being haggled by the?
No. That's
you guys can't see it, but there is a row. I'm going to estimate like 500 people like just staring down on us. It's intimidating. But
realistically, she's got a mimosa. All right, we're drinking already.
A mimosa? Oh, okay. So, you caught it a little earlier.
Yesterday. They were starting at 10:40. It's 15 minutes later.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Exactly.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
So this is the first one that I saw that had ink in it, question-wise.
Okay.
Take this. Are you ready? Is Ryan ready to come back with a snappy quip?
Yes, I am. I'm just looking for the picture of my hair while we're doing it.
Yeah. We got to show this. You won't be able to unsee it.
I feel like I'm being inaugurated. It's like the cult of screen printing. People keep telling me you'll never leave, but some people tell me with a flat face, and some people tell me with a smile. So I don't really know what to make of it yet.
It's you either love it or you run. So if you love it, then you're always going to find your way, and you may go off the path, but you'll come back on. I was in the military for 4 years and was printing T-shirts in Saudi Arabia. So in the military during war. I'm over there like getting T-shirts printed. That's how crazy this industry is. But here's your question.
Okay.
This will be graded, your answer. How can the concept of ink viscosity in screen printing prompt us to examine the fluidity and adaptability of our own thought processes?
Okay, let me ponder on this for a second,
Sure.
and then I'm going to ask you to read it to me again.
Absolutely. It's definitely, you got to be read. Can I pronounce it again? I don't know. It's early.
This is a very philosophical question.
Thank you.
How did you come up with this?
It was a lot of work and effort. It was. Yeah, I typed a prompt into ChatGPT, but to come up with that prompt, that was the tough part. Are you ready?
You put in the query.
I did, and I'm yeah.
I am ready. Ask me again.
Okay. How can the concept of ink viscosity in screen printing prompt us to examine the fluidity and adaptability of our own thought processes?
So, a fun concept that I have come to find is that the viscosity of ink changes in the temperature that you keep it in, right? So if you keep it room temperature, it's going to print fine. You're not going to have any issues. But that's not always the case at a lot of these print shops. It's hot, it's cold. Like you're at the grace of the elements. And when it's hot, it gets like more liquidy, and kind of just have to wait for it to cool down a little. Or when it's too cold, you can't get it out. You can't really get it in your screen. It's not really going to flood very well. It's not going to print very well. So my thought on that is that your environment really makes a difference on how adaptable you are and how you're really looking, your thought process on life, your perspective. You change based on your environment.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like
that's
it.
all. She won.
Yeah.
You're the winner.
Did I really win?
Johnny, show her what she's won.
No, that was good. I followed that all the way through, and that's good.
No,
Yeah.
we have to give her a hat on that one.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I can elaborate on that.
No,
I can keep going.
But no, that was good. I mean,
No, that was awesome.
all
That's
these
going to make the
questions
highlight reel.
have stumped me, so I don't really. They're a pain.
I get about halfway through the question, like when I tried to think, like what would I say if somebody hit me with this, and I get like halfway through, and then I figure that out, and then when I get to the second half, I forgot like what I figured out in the first half. So you strung this together,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that because, some of the reactions, Max, he had to just pull something right out of the old keister. It's been fun, to throw these questions at some
All
of the
right.
people.
So here's the hair. There's one,
Oh my God!
Yes.
Your hair is beautiful.
and then
What shampoo do you use?
I know.
Here it is, right before I got it cut.
Yeah.
I want your hair.
Yeah.
I understand the envy now. It's so full and luscious.
It was a lot.
Props.
It was took me 3 years. I had it for like 3 years, but then it was just a pain. So now I have a new respect for women who have to go to sleep every night with hair everywhere.
If screen printing doesn't work out for you, you can become a hair influencer.
There you go.
Influencer. Yeah, she's right. She's right. Just I'll be the cameraman.
There you go.
I can do that.
Run his TikTok.
I need to get a TikTok and have you run it.
Yes.
Yeah.
but start growing, and we'll show you. We'll do time lapse, and 3 years later you can be back where you were.
I will never go back that way. It was such a pain. But anyways, I appreciate you coming on the podcast, talking to us. You're now with the Avient. You're on the dark side, as Mike calls it. And
Yes.
I appreciate you coming on, talking with us today, and good luck with all the future stuff with Max and all learning the whole industry.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
I look forward to learning from you guys.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We're
Love it.
Is that it?
I'm done.